Hello there, you guys. This is going to be your daily tarot guidance reading for the, what is the 11th? Yep, it's the 11th. So we got a whole bunch of ones. So we got first, which is January, so it's 1. Then we got 11. 2018 breaks down 11. So it's going to be a portal of enlightenment. Could also be a day of partnerships, okay? Clarity about partnerships. When I say partnerships, I mean all types, whether it's between strangers, business partners, you know, friends, family, romance, yourself, divine spirit, your higher self, and your physical self. There's so many ways that you can take partnerships, okay? Keep in mind, you guys, this is a general energy reading. Okay, for the collective, whoever this is meant to resonate with, whoever this message is for, okay? I will be making some changes to my website and the readings that I offer. I'm also going to be more selective with the readings that I do, the questions that I allow my clients to ask me. I'm not going to whatever if I don't feel guided to ask a certain question for you, because certain things, I just really need to be more discerning of the clients that I accept and, you know, what I read on, because my whole thing is, you know, and it's going off in a tangent, but anyone who's interested in a future reading with me, or has gotten a reading with me before, and may get one in the future again, because I do have, you know, repeated clients, and I get new clients. So I just want to make it clear that I'm going to be more discerning of who I do readings for. There's already been times where I get people asking me questions before they purchase a reading. If I don't feel guided to work with that person, I just don't. You know, and sending people their money back if they make a purchase for a reading and I don't feel called to read that person's energy for whatever reason, I'll send the money back, because it's not about money, because all money is not good money. So I'm not going to accept everyone's offers for readings. And certain topics, if I don't feel comfortable with that, because, you know, it can affect you. Some people don't understand that intuitives or empaths, psychics or whatever, we're not God per se. So, you know, you kind of leave us responsible for your future and responsible for outcomes and responsible for certain things. And we're just here as messengers. We're not up here. You're kind of putting people in a position as God, you know, to help you. You know, we're here to help, but we're not here to hold your hand and this is what it is and this is what's going to be. And when I do my readings, it's profession first, truth, honesty, clarity first. Anything else that's separate, you know, nothing personal. When I'm doing a reading for a client, I center myself, make sure that my ego is not in the way. None else is interfering in me, my personal life, nothing else. My views are not getting in the way unless I feel guided to share. Sometimes that does happen because I go off on tangents sometimes, but that's because I feel guided to do that. Because I'm a pretty private person, so I don't even like sharing my business like that. But if I feel like it's going to benefit someone, I do. So I keep a very thin line between my clients. So if, you know, because there has been instances where people lash out at me for certain things. Oh, you said this was going to happen, or other things. And it's just like, you don't understand how energy works. Obviously, you know, psychics are not, and I'll speak for other psychics out there, like, we all tend to come into the same issues with certain people. Not every client is like this, but you will get those people that will be mad at you and say you said this was going to happen, but at the same time, it's like, did you take the advice? Did you believe that you can make it happen? Did you follow your instincts, or did you self-sabotage yourself? Did you not believe in it? Or are you just sitting here waiting for something to fall into place? Because these are potential energies. You have free will. And any information that I've given you, it's coming straight from the cards and what I'm getting. I'm not putting my 2 cents into it to interfere with anything. So whatever I'm giving you is straight up. That's, you know, that's just it. You can either take it or leave it, but don't lash out at me because I take what I do seriously. If I just wanted some money real quick, I can just bullshit you and just tell you anything in the cards and be like, money's coming to you. I can do that. That's easy to do. If you know the basics of tarot, anybody can make some shit up. But that's not me, especially since I know how energy works. I wouldn't do anything to hurt anyone intentionally because I know that, that comes back tenfold. So if I've said anything, you know, in the future that, or in the past, if I've done a reading for someone in the past and I've said something that you don't like, that it is what it is. I'm sorry. I read the cards as I get it. I don't care if you're my best friend, if you're my mom, I'm going to read you what I'm getting. I don't care if it's going to hurt your feelings because whatever spirit wants me to tell you, it's for your own good. It's for your benefit. So, you know, with that being said, very discerning now. I'm not going to take everybody's business because, you know, it's not good for my business. It's not good for me energetically or my spirit. It's not because I ran into some people that are not all there. So, no. Yeah. With that being said, you guys, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, all of my information is in my description box. I would suggest reading it very carefully before purchasing one as far as the time frames and all of that. Yeah, I have multiple readings on my website, but you guys can also reach me instantly on my Instantgo app. It goes straight to my phone. I try my best to reach out to everyone within a 24-hour time frame. It's good for just a quick question or mini read, okay? So yeah, enough of the tangents, and I will not be doing trivia, the trivia question this week for a free live reading. I'm not going to do that this week. I need to balance. So then, yeah. Anyone stuck around for 7 minutes? I don't know. You stuck around, but yeah. Alright. Just had to make that clear. Had to make that known. Alright, let's see what's up with the energies, you guys. Alright. Don't lash out at the readers if, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to point the blame on someone and not take accountability for your own responsibility with your own energy and your own circumstances or situations. It's easy to point the finger at the person you're asking for help for. It's mighty funny and mighty crazy. So just, you know, not even just for me, but respect the readers out there that are really doing, you know, divine spirits work and out here trying to help you, because we don't have to do this. Like, yeah, it's cool. You know, we charge for our services as we should. We're exchanging energy with you. But at the same time, like I said, not all money is good money, and I don't take every client. I'll pass up some people. I do that every day. Like, nah, something's telling me not to look into this. Something's telling me not to work with this person. I won't do it. So, yeah, I take what I do very seriously. Alright. I don't want to project into my cards. So, Divine Spirit, please tune into the energy of the collective for Thursday, January the 11th, 2018. Thank you. Alright. Okay, the Devil. We're in Capricorn energy, so this has a lot to do with some of these energies that are going on. We got the Moon, the Knight of Cups, the Fool, and the Hangman. Okay, so divine at work for sure. This, you know, this energy is going to be very powerful. And like I said, we're in a portal. Numbers are always important. Spirit definitely speaks through numbers. So I have no doubt that today's energy is going to be very powerful. So you have the Devil card, which rules Capricorn, Saturn. That's where we're at right now. So it's going to be, you are going to see some power struggles, or you're going to have some clashes. A lot of people revealing their true selves or their true colors or their true feelings. You know, not everyone is going to be sane, emotionally sane, because you have the Moon card with the Devil and the Knight of Cups right in the same proximity of each other. in direct alignment with each other. So definitely emotional instability, okay? And it's going to show. It's kind of like this energy, this I got my gun and I'm ready to shoot it at whoever type of energy. Like, I'm upset about this, you're my easy target. You know, so it's easy to lash out at people today because of something emotional that you're dealing with. These could be things that are underneath the surface. These are triggers. These are things that are subconscious. You know, the moon card represents Pisces. So things can be, there's a thin line between illusions, deceptions, and what's real and what's reality and what's truly, you know, what you're picking up intuitively. Some people's psyches are not balanced. You could even be a little off a little bit, not really sure how to draw the line between what's real and what's just an illusion or deception or fears. Keep in mind, because Pisces rules, you know, the illusions, the dreams, the fantasy world, you know, and it's also a water sign, so that deals with our emotions. For some reason, I'm feeling like Scorpio energy, even though Scorpio isn't present. I feel that energy, though. So it is a lot of, you know, deep, dark energy that's coming up to the surface. And not like in a spooky sense, but more so suppressed emotions and deep-rooted traumas and fears and insecurities. All of those are being triggered. You know, I wouldn't take it personal if, you know, someone comes at you, because I feel like even if you do that, you know, to someone else, if you can help it, check yourself not to point the blame at certain people for things that are going on within yourself. If that happens to happen to you, someone else pointing their gun and triggering at you, don't take it personally. You know, Spirit is bringing up to the surface, these are things that we need to cut out of our lives. We need to heal. You know, truths are being revealed, and it's kind of like, oh shit, like, you know, where is this all coming from? Or why am I just now discovering this? Or why didn't I see that in the past? You know, but you can't point the finger. It's kind of like you have to look within yourself. This is subconscious energy, because the Knight of Cups is here. So you're going to have to address your emotions. You might be very emotional, but Spirit's telling you to approach with the Knight of Cups. So I feel like approach the situation by following what it is that you're feeling emotion. Like, really keep tabs on your emotions, because it is going to be and the portals are opening, okay? So there's going to be a lot of clarity or epiphanies, or that veil. Like I said, the 1111 energy, it's a portal, but I feel like it's a veil between reality, not physical, you know, what we see, touch, but the truth of it, the divine truth versus the deception, the mass deception of a situation, toxic situations. Even the Fool card, as your focus, the Fool card is telling you to focus on liberating yourself, because the Devil card indicates you're stuck in an egotistical situation, or you're stuck in a battle where you just are not going to win because it's not your battle to fight, or it's not worth the fight. In this case, you know, sometimes the Devil energy can work for us in our benefit, you know, that powerful energy, that structure, sticking to something, staying determined, but at the same time, it could drain you. And I feel like you need to free yourself. It's time to free yourself. You got to kick the illusions to the wayside, because it's like, and it's funny because you got the Magician, the Fool's. I see things very funny. It's very weird, but his foot, the Fool's foot, is like right by the Magician and the High Priestess in this deck. So I feel like what that's saying is the High Priestess is about the subconscious, the higher consciousness, the divine truth. She's connected to her crown chakra. She's connected. She has the Akashic. She's connected. The Magician, he can tap into all energies and all elements, but at the same time, he can use that to his benefit, or he can use that as illusions to create only what he wants you to see. And I feel like you need to draw the line between those two energies, and you might have to liberate yourself. To liberate you got to kick away the illusions or whatever it is that's setting you back or holding you back. Some of you don't want to see the truth of who the devil really is. Meaning you don't want to see the truth of the addictions, the codependency, the real bad guy, the real bad person. You know, you don't want to see that trickster. You kind of want to deflect from that, if I'm using that in the right sense. You kind of want to, like, not see the truth. You want to put a veil over your eyes, and you want to point the blame at everyone else around you, and that's not going to work. With the Hanging Man as your conclusion, you have the ability, or spirit is giving you the option, because there's going to be a blessing if you're able to look at things from a different perspective and angle, and not your usual typical thing like, you know, oh, I got fired from my job. It's everybody's fault. Nobody likes me. You know, everybody's out to sabotage me. Everybody's out against me. So let me point the blame at my boss because, yeah, he's in charge, right? I'm going to point the blame at him, but it might be other circumstances. It could be this is not the job for you. You know, you're not really fit for this job. There's something better for you. Or you could have actually brought yourself to this point where your job is just, it's not where you're supposed to be anymore. Maybe you sabotaged it, anything. It's easy to point the blame at everybody else and the real, you know, the real situation, the real deal, the person. And a lot of times it's us. We don't want to take accountability for our own actions. We want to blame everybody else. And that's what you're going to have to deal with. The Eight of Wands, you have to be clear on your intentions, because anything, you can do what you want with this energy because it's a portal. You could take whatever energy you want to take from this portal. But if so, you know, it'd be of your highest benefit to seek truth and to be of truth and to be honest and authentic and real with you and look at the real issues at hand. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's see. What is the love energy? What is the love energy, Divine Spirit? I was kind of... I figured that one of these cards would come out. I was kind of hoping to see the Seven of Swords because that would make a lot of sense. In the matters of the heart, you have a lot of mental energies that came out so far. Okay. Yeah, majority of your energy is mental and emotional. You got refusing to see, which is the Two of Swords. So, yeah. In the matters of the heart, there's something it's a veil. It's like you have two minds. You have the higher consciousness and you have the lower consciousness. The 11-11 energy, that split. You have the reality and the illusion. And I feel like or it could even be the heart and the mind. There's something that's imbalanced and you know this, but you don't want to see it. There's something that you don't want to see. You want to project your issues onto the next person, that person, or because of this happened to me, or because of that, or because of this, rather than it starts with you first. And not that it's like, let me blame myself, let me beat myself up. No, that's not the right way to go about it. It's more so of facing the issues at hand, like looking at them on a deeper level, because you have the Nine of Darkest Fears, which is the Nine of Swords. So what is it that causes you to be stuck in your fears and your anxieties and your worries, and to the point where you believe it so much? Because the Nine of Swords is like, you believe it, but it's not real. It's like you think it's real. It's like the boogeyman, that night terrors at night, and it keeps you up and you're in fear. You're looking here and there, and when it comes down to it, it's really not there until the Ten of Swords kicks in, and the Ten of Swords is like, well, you manifested it, you projected it, here it is. So you're at the stage where you're having a hard time with making a distinction between what's reality and what's the illusion. Like mentally, you're not seeing things for what they really are. And the fact that he has all of these moons over his crown chakra means you know the truth, but you're choosing to be stuck in a lower vibration, or you're just having a hard time with getting out of that energy. You have the Chariot, which is the move card in this deck, sign of Cancer, so water. Your approach to the situation, I feel like, is you do need to find that balance between the subconscious and the conscious mind, or the ego and the higher self, because it's like there's there's not a balance. There's one working against the other, and it's not like, okay, let's see things eye to eye. Let me confront my ego. Let me address my ego. Let me address what I'm getting intuitively so I can find the truth within it. But I also got to tap into my emotions. I got to feel into my own heart. I got to look inside first. It's like when you try to see everything on the outside and you try to make sense of it, but you don't make sense within yourself. You're not paying attention to what's going on within you. The more confusing it's going to be. But it's like when you go within yourself, it's going to make sense to see the truth of what's going on in the scene. Otherwise, you're going to step on set and it's like, okay, well, what role do I fit? Like, where do I stand? Like, who is this person? Who is that person? You know, what line are we on? Where are we at? You're lost. You don't know what's going on. With the 4 of just breathe, this is the 4 of swords as your focus, you are going to have to go within and reflect. Even though Spirit is telling you to go within your emotions and your heart, it's like you're going to have to find that balance mentally as you go within your emotions. Because right now, your higher self is there. That veil is that portal. It's that 1111 energy. That portal is there. But it's all about which energy you tap into. The conclusion is emotionally you are going to release. You're going to have to let go of a lot. You're going to have to move on from something. You can't hold on, because some of you may be holding on to energies that prevent you from moving forward in life, prevent you from feeling what you want to feel, you know, tapping into just being happy, being emotionally content, feeling spiritually connected, you know, being in healthy relationships, you know, embracing a new life. You're not able to do that when you're carrying all this gunk with you and you don't want to look at your inner problems, but you want to blame everything else outside of you. The next person, your mom, your dad, you know, this person said that, and that's not going to work. Everything is always going to point back to you. We're all mirrors to each other, so we're going to reflect things back to each other. And until you realize that it all starts here with me, it's just going to be chaotic. You're never going to find that peace and that solitude within yourself until you start within yourself, until you look at it and you know, looking at it from a higher perspective. And it's not about blaming yourself. That's not what I'm saying. It's not about the blame game, blaming anyone or blaming yourself. But you do have to see the truth of what's the real devil, meaning what is the, you know, the issue, what is the problem, what is the addiction, what is the trauma, what is the fear, what is the insecurity, you know. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use the Energy Oracle as the guidance advice card. Okay, Spirit, what's the guidance? Okay, all tied up. Number 23. So, yep, you're going to have to free yourself. The heart chakra, that could be something that is blocked or needs to be healed or looked at, or something in the matters of the heart. You need to free yourself, okay? You're what keeps you stuck, okay? You could be creating unhealthy, or you're in a relationship that's causing you or creating an energy of feeling stuck and tied up and, you know, helpless. Like you can't move, you can't free yourself. You're in this illusion that you can't be free, that you can't be liberated, that you can't live, and you feel like you're drowning emotionally. You're drowning. On the surface, she seems cool about it, like she's fine with it, but really, who wants to be in a position underwater where they're drowning and they're trapped and they can't free themselves? And this needs to change. There's changes that need to occur in your relationships, or you need to free yourself out of this emotionally. Okay, this fell on the floor. So let me do the affirmation star. Yeah, you need to free yourself. Okay. I am freaking lovable. I didn't even know I wrote this, but it's cute. I am freaking lovable. You are. You need to see that. A lot of you want to blame yourself for why things aren't working, or you blame everyone else as to why they're not loving you or respecting you, but it's all a matter of you have the ability to free yourself. You know, if you're not receiving the respect or the love that you deserve, if you're not at the job that you have passion for, you're not you know, you're not living your life that you want to live, you have every free will choice to free yourself. And yes, there may be circumstances that you know, might perceive work against you, but it's all about facing those things head on and freeing yourself and not giving them any power and any weight. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm getting, you guys, for today. I do hope that this reading resonated with whomever watches. Much love to you as always. Until the next reading.